Hi, my name is Diane Lapota from Diane Lapota Foundational Wellness. I help people with chronic health challenges. Today, I have with me a client who's been with me for a while now. Her name is Betsy, and we're just going to get started with an interview to give you an idea of how the process looks and how Betsy has done, and to learn a little bit more about her journey with us. So, hi, Betsy. Thank you so much for being here. Why don't you start by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I am Dr. Betsy Delich Durandale. I am a wife. I am a bonus mom to two stepdaughters. I am a grandma to two rambunctious grandsons, and I'm a retired chiropractor.
Great. What brought you to my practice?
You did.
I know we kind of got to know one another, didn't we? You heard about me.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I have suffered with chronic inflammation. I have global joint degeneration, some gut issues, I had hormone issues, and I was talking to you at a Christmas party about the new cleanse that was out that a lot of the docs are doing, and asking about the new cleanse and how to go about that. And you said, it's just so weird. You live a healthy lifestyle and you have all these things going on. I think I know what might be the root cause of the problem. And I said, how do we find out? And you said, well, we have to test.
Mhm. Right.
So,
You had done a lot of things prior to meeting with me. You have access to like every biohacking device and
mhm,
tons of professionals that do lots of different techniques. You did a lot
mm,
of detoxes before. What was the outcome of those approaches? I guess
you know,
successes and limitations.
so I did a ton of different detoxes. I did chased the inflammation trail. I I have a beamer. I have a brain tap for meditation and deep breathing exercises. I have a cold laser. I've done acupuncture and obviously chiropractic and PT and um ton of other natural, working with nutritionists and ton of natural things, but I never did Western. They always said Western medicine always said your blood work is fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Um, and I think all of those natural things helped, but it never got to the root cause of the problem.
Right. How is our approach different than what you had experienced? What was different?
But I think you tested to find out what the root cause was, and then you have a systemic approach with um, the products that you do use, along with coaching that keeps you accountable. And you do tests along the way to make sure we're on the right track and course correct if we're not.
Right. And you also had a health coach that you worked with frequently that gives you constant education and encouragement and even some accountability. Tell me a little bit more about the coaching process, the coach that you worked with. Did you feel supported physically, emotionally? How did that all work?
So I think coaching is a huge part of the program. I think the products are amazing. They totally work. And then the combination that your team devises for individual programs is amazing. But coaching is a huge part because number one, it keeps you accountable. And number two, you have somebody um, by your side and able to contact you all regularly. Um, but that weekly coaching call, you teach us what the products are. You taught me the difference between drainage and binding and killing and when to push and when to back off. Um, and you're there to celebrate all my highs and you're empathetic with my lows and encouraging me and giving me tips and tricks to get through the detox symptoms if when I did have them. So it's just amazing, the whole package.
Yeah. And and I do meet with my coach every week. We talk about all of our clients, we strategize. It's very individualized. It's not just like a one size fits all kind of program. It's really based on the individual, your symptoms, your history, how you're doing now, how you're tolerating things tells us a whole lot. And just the testing that we do as well, everything is based on that. So, in the coaching process itself, um, tell me a little bit more about your coach, how I know you said you felt really supported by her. Um, did you feel like you were going at a reasonable pace? Did she really work with you? Tell me just a little bit more about that if you can.
Yeah, so she is very knowledgeable. And the problem with me is so I'm a chiropractor, so I know, or I think I know a lot. Um, but she was so knowledgeable, and my nickname is the buffalo. Like buffaloes are, the animal that runs toward a storm just to get through it instead of waiting for it. And that's me. I just want to get it done and I want to go through. So she was really good with me, um, coaching somebody who thinks they know everything and just gung ho about getting on. So um she was just so great with a great personality and knows how to handle, I think, probably different people because she handled me very well.
Yeah.
But very supportive and very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I know I remember you wanted to take it all on, and you can, these things really work. And if you do too much
Yeah.
too faster than your body wants to allow for it, you can
Yes.
really do yourself in. And so
Yes.
she was there to kind of tame you a little bit. And
Yes. Yes.
I think she is super experienced. Between her and I'm a physical therapist for 37 years. So I've worked
Mm-hmm.
in the Western medical field most of my career and been doing functional medicine now for, you know, gosh, like 6 years or something. And so the combination is fantastic, but she's been doing this for 28 years, I believe now.
30. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, the experience. She has so much experience of working people through this and has
Mm-hmm.
all different ages and personality types. And she's just
Mm-hmm.
a remarkable person. So, how long have you been with us, Betsy?
My onboarding was February 17th of 2023.
And today is August 6th, right? Or 7th, August 7th of 2024. So it's been a little while and you're not done yet. You've had a lot to work through. A lot came up in the testing. So, you have to kind of go one thing at a time. And well, we've done multiple things at a time, but it
Yes.
still takes time. I mean, when you're talking, even for a lot of people, they say for every decade that you've had some chronic symptoms, it takes at least a year of working through at a good pace. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not done yet, and you are still in the throes
I
of
am.
doing this. And still, when you're on the products, you can have symptoms at times. And so you're still in the thick of it, although you've come a long way. So it's nice to talk about kind of where you are now in knowing you're in the process. And I believe that once you're done and you're kind of off of all the products, the detox, that you're going to really feel the good effects of
Mm-hmm.
having been through all of this. But even now, along the way, you've been feeling better. And tell me a little bit about where you were then compared to where you are now.
Yeah. So, in my practice, being a chiropractor, I did something called corn specific technique.
Mhm.
And everybody talks about the onion and the layers, and we talk about the artichoke, right? The artichoke has all these layers and you peel them back, and what's in the center is the heart, right? That's the biggest journey, is to get to that core, to the heart. Um, it's just layers and layers. I have really, really good days, which gives me so much hope and encouragement. And I have some bad days still where you have to take the emergency naps and you're fatigued um, and you don't feel all the best. But I can tell you without a doubt that my inflammation is better, my joint pain is better, my gut issues are tremendously better, my hormone issues are being resolved. So my symptoms are improving, and I do have glimpses, days that I just feel great, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really great. What kinds of things can you do now, or even fatigue wise or endurance wise, that you couldn't do then? Can you think of functional kind of things?
Yeah, so I'll tell you a story about my youngest grandson. We were walking through the woods and we saw this black thing run through the woods. And he looked at me, he goes, Nana, I think that's a bear. And I said, I don't think that's a bear. He goes, well, if it is a bear, Nana, you're going to have to run. And you're the slowest person in the world. Now, fast forward about a year, we were playing and he goes, I think that program's working, Nana, because you can do a lot better. You're moving better. You can do things that you didn't do before. Just keep it up. I'm so proud.
That is amazing.
So
That is
yeah,
amazing.
so he notices.
Yeah.
So just even my gait is different. The way I move is different. My activity level has increased tremendously without all of the downfalls afterwards.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just so much improvement. Not having the heartburn every day after you eat, and not having the hot flashes that I had all the time.
Right.
So we haven't treated hormones, right?
Right.
But they're clearing up because we're getting to the root cause of the problem.
Right. Hormones are always downstream from toxicity and other issues, gut issues, and so on. So, right, that's remarkable. Um, Tell me, have you had challenges along the way? I- how did we help you through those things? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I did have some very down days with the detox symptoms, and I, being the buffalo, did overdo it. Um, so I did, and y'all were there, with tips and tricks and telling me what to do, and I got through it, and probably a lot quicker than I would have on my own. The products are so powerful that, I mean, even, you're detoxing. I've been sick and tired for a long time. So I know that I'm going to go through these ups and downs, and that's normal. And you have to do it if you want to get to the other side. But yeah, you get through it, and it's just a little blip in the road.
Right, right. Yeah. And every single client I have, when they get in trouble, is when they decide to do something just a little different than their coach tells them. Even
Do
my,
not do that.
right.
Follow to the word what the coaches tell you.
Thank you. Yeah, all that
Because
experience pays off, right?
yeah, it will get you through it a lot quicker than if you try to do something that you think or read on the internet. Stay off the internet.
Yeah. And it wasn't just supplements that you either had to increase or decrease. She gave you a lot of different tools and techniques. Besides that, did you find that helpful? Do you have any examples of things that helped the most?
Um, I think just all like the little lymph exercises, the infrared sauna, I think the different baths with the different oils and things that I took during the detox times. Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
everything.
you yourself have a lot of things that a lot of people don't have, but she even has a lot of just simple things, using things around your house or things you can just buy at the grocery store, or on Amazon, that really help for people who don't have all the biohacking devices,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
the things that you are so fortunate to have, right?
yes.
Overall, would you say that you have tolerated things, that you have been able to live your life for the most part? I know you've had a few days here and there.
Mm-hmm. Um, I never stopped doing things. you have to listen to your body through this for sure. I think that uh, that is the biggest, hugest thing is to listen to your body, because there's some days you're going to feel great and some days you're going to have to, what I call emergency naps. And you just take a nap and you get up and start again. My life didn't change much. The hardest thing is travel,
Mhm.
obviously, because you have certain water and certain coffee, and there's my diet was great. I didn't really have to change that much, but when you travel, you have to be really picky about what you eat and how you eat it. And then you got to take all your, the Navages and the water picks and all your supplements. And so I have a backpack. That's my detox backpack that I take traveling. So just, stay organized, and if you're not an organized person, you guys are, and you can help along the way. I know that you did a whole schedule for me for taking supplements and things, and that was so helpful.
Yeah, and you do a lot of traveling, so you had to become good at that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great. Just to help people who are kind of considering this kind of thing, what would you say a person needs in order to commit to this process? This is a journey. It's not something like a quick, oh, let's do a 1 month detox kind of thing. This is a journey to wellness, right? So, what kind of traits or commitment does a person need in order to tackle something like this?
Um, well, I think that if the end game for you is worth it, you're going to do whatever it takes, right? So if you're not organized, you're going to get organized. You have to be patient, because you didn't get sick overnight and you're not going to heal overnight. You're going to invest in yourself to get through this. So at the end of every day, I review my day and say, how did I do? Did I take all my supplements? Did I eat right? Did I get out and walk or move or exercise? And so I call them reset days. If, like, I just came off a family reunion, 40 people, I'm the oldest girl, so it's a lot of work. Um, and so, I didn't eat right all the whole time because I wasn't cooking the whole time. And so you run into those things. But when we got back Sunday night, I was like, Monday is a reset day for me. We're going to get back on track. The other gift that I have is my husband's doing the detox portion with me. So we're a partner in crime. So it's always nice to have someone doing that part, even though he's not doing the chronic issue problems. He's doing the detox with me. So
And
we can,
it is literally huge to have another person supporting you through this in whatever way. If they're not doing the detox program themselves, just helping you through, encouraging you, and someone to be on board with you through it. It just probably really helps to have that other person in your life besides your
yes,
coach.
yes,
Uh,
yeah,
for sure. So I think then, one thing that does hold people back is the financial piece. Tell me, obviously this isn't covered by insurance. Was it worth the monetary commitment?
yeah. So the program is expensive. Insurance doesn't cover it. But I would always ask my patients, what is it worth to you? How do you vision your life in 5 years or 10 years or 20 years if you don't do this to correct your health issues? What are you going to look like? And what do you want? What are your goals? How do you want to live your life? Do you want to be active? Do you want to play with your grandkids? Do you want to travel? Do you want to just feel good every day? Right? So you can't put a price on your health. And I now tell people, you've been chasing symptoms, you've been chasing with all these different doctors that just aren't getting to the root cause of the problem. And if you're really serious and want to get better, check this out.
Yeah. And I think there's two questions to ask as well. First of all, if you don't do it, what are your medical costs going to be in the long run? I mean,
Exactly.
these things, they get worse. They don't get better. They don't get better on their own. So, not just deductibles, but potential surgeries or, other things that come up as a result of the inflammation. It could be many, many,
Right.
problems or diagnoses that you end up getting. And then, too, I think we need to look at, we all have expendable income that we don't realize, things that we can sacrifice, things that we can give up in order to afford it. And, yeah, so I agree with you that if you want to do it, there will be a
You'll
way.
find a way. Right.
We've
Yes.
worked with people who financially didn't have a clue how they were going to do it, and they've worked it out, so
Hmm.
yeah. And then is there anything else that you want to share about your journey with us?
Gosh. I say if you're sick and tired and you're sick and tired of being that way, um, do your free consult and find out what may be the underlying cause and what your thought process is and how you may be able to help them. Um, I'm I mean, it's life changing, and I'm so grateful to have that little conversation with you at that Christmas party because it changed my life.
Yeah. Well, Betsy, I have to say it was great to meet you, and I'm so privileged that we've been able to work with you. You've been a joy. You are the most disciplined person.
Ah,
Not at all. You've taken it all on. You have been open, you've been flexible, you've been committed to the process. You have been just this model client to work with. So I thank you for your commitment and for working with us, and especially today doing this interview because this is something that's not really comfortable for either one of us, right? So
right, right.
so
Yes.
we just want to thank you again so much, Betsy, for being here today. And again, if you would like to know more about me and my practice, Diane Lapota Foundational Wellness, my website is dianelapotawellness.com, or you can contact me. Just go to my website and there will be more information for contact to schedule a free call to find out more about what this could mean for you. So until next time, Betsy, it was good to see you online. And
Well,
I hope you have a great day, everyone. And you too, Betsy. And thank you again.
okay. Thank
Okay.
you.